Hello and good evening once again. I'm Eric Dizon, and this is Belonging, the Life Journey podcast of Green Hills Christian Fellowship. We come to you live each Wednesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's a 1 hour conversation on various topics of community life and that sense of belonging, which is an essential part of our life's journey. Tonight, we'll be talking about December and Christmas celebrations. And I hope that you can join this conversation by participating in our chat on our Facebook page at Green Hills Christian Fellowship and tell us how you're planning to spend this December and your Christmas, or to go about your celebrations and your celebrations so far. Tonight, I'll be joined by four GCFers. We have three now in the studio, so to speak. So let me call on them first. We have ladies first, Beth Kingley.
Hi, good evening to everyone.
Good evening, Beth.
Good
And
evening,
of
Pastor
course,
Eric.
Angel Santos.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Pastor Eric. Good evening, Beth.
Good evening po, Teacher
Angel.
Angel.
We have an Angel
Yeah.
now. And of course, we welcome also Biel, our
Hi,
youngest
Biel.
guest so
Yes.
far in
Say
this
hi.
podcast.
Say hi.
Hi.
There you go. And of course, we have John Biscoccio joining us also. Hi, John. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Pastor Eric, Beth, and Angel. Good
Good
evening,
Good
evening.
everyone.
evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Yeah, I think we supposed to have Pastor Arnold Verona with us tonight, but he's having a hard time trying to log in. But hopefully, he can join us in a bit. Friends, feel free to join our chat tonight. We have three lovely guests
Okay.
tonight. Of course, John is with, I should say this right, Del Monte, Philippines. I, I might have say another competitor, no? Or Del Monte, Philippines. He's the chain supply director of this company and also one of our incoming elders, God willing, in GCF. We have also Angel Santos. He is in charge of our children's ministry in church, also has a family. And of course, Beth is blessed to be the housekeeper and partner to one of my colleagues here, Pastor Mike Kingley, who's actually uh, manning the controls behind the scenes tonight. And that's Biel, of course. Her job is to be cute and a bundle of joy to the family of Mike and Beth. So welcome also, Biel.
Yeah.
Ayun, ayos. So guys, kwentuhan na tayo. Ha? Feel free to butt in anytime. Ask us other questions. We're going to be talking about uh, December. Uh, First, let's talk about December and Christmas pre-pandemic, no? Before we're talking about how do we celebrate Christmas in a pandemic. But yeah, let's go around, and I don't know who wants to go first. But tell us what was your typical December and maybe typical way of celebrating it if you have a tradition or something. Who wants to go first? Uh, Biel? Sige, one of the ladies, go ahead. Um, Usually ba kayo, Teacher Angel, aside from bearing good news on Christmas, no, the angel Gabriel came. But Angel Santos naman, how do you celebrate or how do you approach December, no, pre-pandemic? Um,
Yeah,
what was
okay.
the
So for
typical December?
us, yes, Pastor Eric, for us, our tradition that we look for, or we usually do when the boys were younger, we would do some baking. They love to go into baking. That when they grow older, now that they are young men, they look forward to, with us, we look forward to having a break, like we go to places and which we used to do before. Like even if we just go for a few days to Baguio to get a rest, and it's like bonding time for the family. So that's something that I remember for Christmas that we usually do. But for this year, of course, it will be totally different. But what's important is we have the family and we have the Lord. So Christmas is still a time to celebrate the birth of Jesus and also our family.
Don't you miss going out and going away? How about you guys? Just an ability to just go and drive somewhere without getting a permit or anything like that. Kayo naman, John, how's your
Yeah.
typical December at work or family? And
Uh, uh, Before the pandemic, the usual celebration for December would be for the family. Uh, for Christmas, and even before the Christmas, we have two growth groups. So
Mhm.
we get together, typical, no? Typical na may devotion, and then we celebrate, exchange gifts. Uh,
May
and
kainan
then
sigurado yan.
syempre may kainan. So dadali na lang yung yung gamot for the hypertension. So dadaanin na lang isasama na lang po sa panalangin na Panginoon, let us enjoy first eating. So bahala ka na sa health. Uh,
Inom muna ng gamot, tapos kain. Yan. Okay yan.
and then on the during Christmas may dalawang side, no. Yung side ko, konti lang naman, it's June lang, no. My brother and some close relatives, we go together, we have dinner, start it with a devotion, and then kain ulit, and then sa side naman ni Kleng, no, my wife, so ganun din, same routine. So it's a good time, it's a good time to well, although some are already in the Lord, pero there are also na hindi pa, it's a good time, no, to share the gospel to them, no. And then on the New Year naman, we go to tradisyon na namin yun for the family and some friends to go to Baguio. So doon kami nag-New Year. Magandang fireworks sa John Hay. So I think it's already for 7 years, no, or more than 7 years. Every New Year na doon kami. And that's for the family, no. Pero sa sa office naman, ang dami din, no. Actually starts on the first week. Marami ng series of Christmas parties with the business partners, with our
Mhm.
department. So while we are busy shipping your fruit cocktail, your spaghetti, to ensure that you have a Noche Buena in your table. So
Mhm.
busy, kaya ayun, we still celebrate. Of course, it's different now, no?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
it will be a different way of celebration during this
Yes.
pandemic where we are
We'll talk
constrained.
about we'll talk about that a little later.
Yeah po.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a busy time, no? December in office. Oh wow! Praise God, no? Pastor
Good
Arnold
evening,
was able
Pastor
to
Arnold.
join us. Good evening, Pastor Arnold. Can you hear us? Mukhang nag-freeze. Welcome, Pastor Arnold, if you can hear us. And we're just talking about family traditions or ways of celebrating the Christmas during December before the pandemic. See, let's go to Beth first, and before we hear a greeting from Pastor Arnold, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Oh, that's good. Welcome, and
Can you
yes,
hear me?
please greet our. Yes, very well. Please greet our audience. As we welcome you. All right, sige. We go to Beth first, and sort out some of the technical difficulties here. Beth, Beth, tell us
Yes.
how your December and Christmas usually, how is it nung bago mag-pandemic?
Well, in my case, during December, yun, as ano, sabi rin ni Kuya John, sorry, maraming mga Christmas parties, and then on the 24th, we usually have dinner with my side of the family, mga relatives. Yun. And then,
Marami ka ba kamag-anak?
medyo marami kami na magkakasama during the 24th. And then, after that, usually, after dinner, pupunta yung mga other relatives sa church. So, mag-attend sila. Mostly sila Catholics, and then they will attend yung mass, and then after that babalik ulit dun we usually have dinner sa my uncle's house. So dun lahat pumupunta, and then after that babalik ulit doon pag malapit na mag-12, and then magno-Noche Buena together.
Yeah.
So kakain na naman ulit. Tapos greet each other, Merry Christmas, and then kakain ulit.
Marami kainan talaga, no?
Maraming kainan. And then usually naman, sa side nila Mike, December 25, we will have lunch or dinner together, ganyan.
Siguro you're eating lechon pa kasi mga bata pa kayo.
Paminsan, hindi naman po every Christmas.
Pastor Arnold, kayo naman, anong typical December nyo before this pandemic at celebrations of Christmas?
Well, considering our age, our Christmases have evolved over time. Okay? Ngayon, empty nesters na kami. Our children are all on their own. So it's just Florence and myself and our pets at home. So what would happen is, usually during Christmas, nung naging kaming dalawa na lamang, there'll be nights when the kids would come. They will bring food for us, and we will have a simple, simple dinner. Okay? Kung minsan, hindi na kami umaabot ng kasi medianoche. Okay? Medyo bedtime na yan eh. Okay? So we will have dinner. Okay?
Oops. I think we lost Pastor Arnold in connection. So it's usually a busy time, no? Pag December,
Yeah.
we also... Oh, there. Pastor Arnold, sige, continue.
Nawala tayo ron.
Oh, it's okay.
Medyo nagtatampo yun. Kasi sabi niya, ang regalo kong tinatanggap, isa lang. Dapat sana dalawa. Pang Christmas, isang pang birthday ko. So what we do is Christmas Day, during the day, actually, we visit with him sa bahay nila. Okay? And then we go together dun sa isang brother ko, and we have a joint family reunion. We will have lunch there, and then after that, in the afternoon, late in the afternoon, dinner naman kami rin sa anak ko lalaki na yun, with my other children here. I have one daughter in the States, so she will just join us with her family via Skype. So we celebrate that way. Pretty simple. But nung maliliit pa yung mga bata, when they were still with us, tradition namin would be, binibigyan namin lahat sila ng a heart shape, where they would ask them to write their prayer request for themselves and for the family. And then we will reveal that during Christmas Day. And then binibigyan namin silang ng shopping money to shop for gift para sa kanilang, for everybody else except themselves. Reveal yun during Christmas Day. Okay. And then, well, we see to it that we gather during Christmas night to open all of those things. Before we became Christians, we were also part of that big trick. Santa Claus coming.
Claus.
Yeah. I was part of that without realizing that my kids actually were spying on me, trying to, to find out if truly Santa Claus was coming, and it was the one who was putting those gifts
Nabisto ka ba?
for them. Nabisto ako. And eventually, when we became Christian, I just had to explain to them that was part of a fantasy. Actually, it's an imaginary figure played the role being played by dads, okay, so that they are able to give certain gifts to their kids. But now it's not the coming of Santa, who does not really come, but the coming of the Lord that we must celebrate. So doon nag-turn around yung aming celebration. Nakafocus ngayon sa Panginoon rather than commercialism. We celebrate Christmas simply, just a gift for each one, a little simple fare on the table, and a whole lot of laughter and cuento when we gather. And that's basically that. And this pandemic has changed all of that altogether as well. This is an experience like no other. Okay? So, but we're still hoping and praying that we will still be able to get together, for the most part virtually, but still seeing each other, hearing each other, and greeting each other. Okay.
Yeah.
We're not using we're not losing actually the meaning of Christmas just because it's we have all of these quarantine protocols and all. We're not losing the meaning of Christmas. Okay. We're still celebrating.
Thank you so much for sharing some of your experiences during December Christmas. We'll talk about it more in a bit. And friends, if you just joined us, this is Belonging, the Life Journey podcast of Green Hills Christian Fellowship. And we have some lovely guests in our studio to just converse for this hour about what Christmas was like pre-pandemic. And then, of course, we'll also talk about now that there's a pandemic, how can our celebrations be done? No? Are they planning to? And if you have want to share some of your experiences and thoughts, things that you missed in December before this pandemic happened, things that you look forward to, please feel free to post it on our Facebook page at Green Hills Christian Fellowship. By the way, yes, talking about things that you look forward to. For many people, December can really be also a month to look forward to. I know that for some of us, it may not be the case because of the busyness and the cost and all of that. But is there anything that you guys look forward to pag December na, pag magpapasko na, things that you look forward to or things that you look forward to doing during the season of the year? Anyone can start. Meron ba kayong isang bagay or maybe a few talagang pag December na, for example, yung Christmas carols, lalo na yung mga traditional, it really something makes my mood in December more celebratory in terms of what Christmas is all about by being reminded about those things through those Christmas carols. So ngayon wala pa ako nadidinig eh. Kaya ba?
Hindi pa kumakanta si Jose Marichan.
Correct. I think that's a sign. Pag lumabas na si Jose Marichan.
Yep. Mr. Christmas himself.
Yeah. Anything that you, maybe Beth, is there something that you look forward to pagdating na ng December o Pasko?
Well, in my case, I guess we are pretty sentimental. My wife and myself, being empty nesters, we look forward to seeing our children together. And this is one occasion when, off sila sa trabaho, okay, they hardly have any reason to say no to mom and dad for them to come and break bread with us. So that's what we look forward to on occasions like this, okay? That our children and grandchildren might be able to come and join us, Kahit na yung nasa US namin, at least, pag nandito lahat yung mga kapatid, we Skype. So kasama rin sila kahit na virtual lamang. So we get to see them, we get to hear them. Yeah, that's what we look forward to. Family, family gathered together around the table.
So true, no? Everyone looks forward to that kind of a time na kikita-kita. Lalo na yung mga busy sa mga trabaho pag mga adult na yung mga anak, bihirang makita. Or at least during Christmas, it's a chance to just have meals.
That's true.
Yeah.
What about the others?
Ako the
po,
same
puto-
din naman.
Sige.
Sige po. Go ahead.
Ako puto bumbong. Kapag sumisipon na, di ba?
Tsaka bibingin ka.
Bibingin ka, di ba? Normally magkasama yan. Di ba? Even at night, di ba? Hindi lang yung simbang gabi ng Catholics, no? Sa gabi, di ba? On the streets, may makikita, may marinig ka na sumisipon. It gives you a feeling Pasko na.
Malamig yung hangin.
Yeah, malamig yung hangin. Pag lumabas ka ng bahay, you have a quiet time, so malamig na. So, yun yung mga typical na kapag papasko na, na-expect ka ng sumisipol-sipol. Puto bumbong and you have to buy, di ba? Just to feel tsaka bibingka. Meron pong keso sa ibaba. Yan, sarap po niyan.
Tsaka itlog yung ula. Tapos yung moscovado sa ibabaw.
Yan, imenyog.
Yan.
Yun, masarap yun.
Pwede rin itlog maalat.
Yun, nako.
Isa pa yun. At keso. Nakakabis yung mga gano'n, no? Tapos nasa labas ka, you're outdoors. That's really something to look forward to. Yes, Beth, go ahead.
Sa akin naman po, ganun din. The get-together with yung family and relatives because we don't see them that often. So, at least yun, pag Christmas, more or less, everybody's there, everybody's complete. And then, I also look forward to seeing all the lights. The lights outside.
Yeah.
Mga streets, ganyan, nakakatuwa. Like yung sa Meralco, parang light show and all that.
Yeah.
Oo, dito
That's
sa
true.
kapitbahay natin dito. No?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, places like Ayala, ano pa ba yung mga maraming lights din. Ngayon parang kukunti, no? Parang
Kukunti, yeah. Not that much.
Hindi mailaw ngayon.
Oo nga. Kayo ba'y nagsasabi ng parol?
Kami po, meron kaming parol na hindi na namin tinatanggal. Whole year round na siya nakakabit. Tanggal na rin.
Nakakahinayang, no? Nakakahinayang ibaba after parang 15 minutes eh.
Kami naman ang Christmas tree namin, 365 days. Kasi kung siya display tree ng mga products ni Flords, yung kanya mga items.
Tama po, yeah.
Usually may mga friends bumibisita, namimili sila. So hindi na namin tinatanggal yung tree. Pinapalitan lamang, niro-rotate yung mga palamuti. Pero the tree remains. Andun pa rin siya.
Busy rin si Ate Flords ngayon with a lot of clients siguro, no? Supplying them with Christmas decors and all. Well,
ang totoo, mas kokonti ang order ngayon. Kaya lang, dumagsa October na. Tapos lahat nagmamadali.
Late na po.
I think everybody, medyo na nagulo ang schedule eh. Kaya nga, mga sinimiento ngayon, matutuloy kaya ang Christmas with all of these things. And then when people realize, tuloy na tuloy yan, walang makakapigil. So, dumagsa naman yung order niya. It's not the same as the previous years. Kaya lang, naipon sa isang a limited period of time. Kailangan mag-deliver ka agad siya in that 2 months time. So that's what she's busy about. Beside me, mga ginagawa niya.
Yan, wow. May
Wow.
Kaya she had to excuse herself tonight. Papahinga siya, yeah. That's what happens.
Yep. Teacher Angel, is there anything that you look forward to in December or Christmas?
Look forward? Oh, okay. For me, I look forward to the much needed rest we get that's what I look forward to in Christmas, and also, as I said earlier, spending the quality time that we have with the family, and also from both sides of Rafi, from my side, and also as Beth was sharing this now, I could identify with that. The lights, really look forward to that, looking at all the lights, especially in Ortigas, right? There's so many lights in Meralco, and then cooking up our favorite dishes. So that's the only
Yeah.
time we have. That we, yeah. So yun po, we enjoy doing that. So that's what we look forward to every Christmas. And one thing also that we look forward to is we sit down at the table, like when we have our midnight get together, and then my husband and I and our kids, we do some writing. Like we list
Mhm.
down all the faithfulness of God for the past 12 months, how He's been
Mm.
so
Oh,
faithful to us. And we thank the Lord for all those things that He has been, who He is to us, and what He's been doing to us. So that's something also we look forward to.
so Christmas is a time to count your blessings, and
Yeah, it
actually
is.
sing
Yes.
them one by one as a song.
Mm.
Yes, so that's nice. That's nice. How about si Biel? Nakailang Christmas ba si Biel?
Nakailan na ba siya? 2018, 2019. This will be her third Christmas.
Wow, marami na palang
Wow.
aguinaldo na tanggap si Biel. Now, marami na siyang show, no? Anything she can do, mas marami ng gifts yan.
Oo nga po. Mas marami siyang gifts kaysa sa amin.
Yeah. And we also had small kids. Napansin namin when our parents visit us, they really are visiting the apos, not the anak anymore. Tama ba
That's
yung
true.
Brother John at Pastor Alex?
That is true. Yep, that is true.
Oo nga. Tama po yun.
And yes, when we return after this short pause, we'll feature a story of one of our young people, yung kanyang journey so far in being part of a small group or a Y group. We'll be listening to actually my son, Robbie. Uh,
Mm.
Wow.
I asked him if he wanted to share his journey kasi parang nahihirapan ako maghanap eh. Busy lahat. And she willingly uh, recorded naman that conversation with him. So we'll watch we'll watch that in just a short while. But guys, when we come back, we'll talk about naman the things that are different during this particular December, and we'll share your observations, your insights, and then we'll also slide into talking about how you're planning to celebrate also uh, this Christmas 2020. But right now, let's view this wonderful story.
Hello, my name is Robbie Dizon, and I've been a part of Kuya Josh Dizon's Y Group since summer of 2014. Honestly, because I joined my Y Group during camp season, it was just a regular activity that we had to do, so I didn't really think too much of it. However, after being assigned to one, meeting Kuya Josh, my Y Group mates, after sharing countless stories, memories, insights about Bible study, just random talks about life, tambaying in the campgrounds, even after camp was done, meeting each other at church, hanging out, eating dinner, sharing stories, and repeating in that cycle of brotherhood and being with each other, sharing laughs, memories, tears together, being there through the tough times, the low times. I could say it wasn't something I signed up for. It was something I didn't think too much of, but it's honestly something I would not regret choosing, and I am so glad that I have these people that I can call my brothers and my accountability partners. Honestly, if someone isn't part of a growth group yet or a Y group, I definitely recommend seeking out and joining one. Because as someone who never really expected to join a Y group or be active or open up to other people that I didn't really know, while you might not find a group of individuals you fit in with, or you might not feel extremely comfortable with these people right now, but if you give it enough time, enough effort, finding those people that you really click with and you can relate to and you can feel comfortable around sharing these intimate moments of your life, or even just the surface level fun moments, it's honestly something that has brought me tremendous amounts of joy, and I can honestly say I feel God's love flowing through them every day. So if you're not part of a growth group yet, I highly encourage you to join one, because it's something that I can say has turned my life around for the better, and something that I can genuinely not imagine life without. And it's okay if you haven't found a group yet, or if you can't find one immediately, or people that you're comfortable with right off the bat. That's fine. It's always a process and it takes time, and as long as you lift these prayers up to God, I'm sure that He will not leave you and that He will lead you to the right people at the right time. Thank you.
Thank you, Robbie, for sharing that your journey so far with a small group. And yes, if you don't belong to one, we highly encourage you. It's going to be a wonderful journey of growing in your life journey with others. Di ba, guys, we're not meant to be on our own or be isolated. We're meant to. We have families, we have churches, we have communities. That's God's design for our life journey, to be with others, and that's what belonging is all about. That's why we have this. We've been having this for the past several months. 1 hour conversations on belonging over Green Hills Christian Fellowship's online channels. And good evening. If you just joined us, we have Pastor Arnold Perona, Angel Santos. We have a pastor, we have an angel. Of course, we have also John Biscoccio and Beth Kingley, and a little bundle of joy there beside her, Biel. Now, guys, let's talk about. We started talking about what we miss, but now it's we're in a pandemic. Is there something that you have observed? Of course, there is a big difference. No? But let's just talk about that, the differences of pre-pandemic and now December during COVID-19. Anyone can start. How did you do your shopping? Siguro yun na kasi dati,
Online. Most
pwede.
shopping's done online.
Yes, Beth, go ahead. Mostly.
Most shopping is was done online, and instead of personally giving your gift, getting to see the person to give the gift, you just have it delivered. Puro ganun lang.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. About the others, what's your, mas okay ba ngayon o mas hindi? Ako medyo natutuwa kasi parang mas matipid ng konti.
Same with Beth. Lazada is there. Kasi
Yep.
my son Joseph is working with Lazada. Bawal daw
Oh, okay.
shopping sa Shopee. So, so I think there will be a sale this December 11 to 13 through Lazada. So,
Actually,
and
nag-umpisa
then,
na
yeah, tapos, and then, have it deliver. And then, di ba marami din ngayon ng mga neighbors na sa Facebook, di ba, na order by food na lang. Yeah, we can buy there and then have it delivered to send as a gift.
Mhm.
So it's safer that way. Safer that way.
So true, no? Scary when I saw that news footage dun sa Divisoria, no? Talang dikit-dikit. Kanina, medyo lumabas ako. I went to the Pasig City Hall. Very busy pala yung area na yan. Ang dami ng tao sa kali at saka around the municipality. Sabi ko,
Mm.
scary. How about Angel, Pastor Arnold? Is there anything that you marked difference for you this December, previous Decembers?
Maybe for me, Pastor, we will be missing the fellowship that we used to have in church, like the cantata. Like, I mean, we have the live cantata, right, in church. But now what we have now is the virtual. It's going to be virtual. So it's kind of nakakamiss yung talagang uh, live
Well,
shows.
definitely. Like I said kanina, ang focus ko pagka December kasi is family.
Mm.
Meron kaming mga tradition. Hmm.
Mhm. Go ahead, Pastor Arnold. Konting delay yata. Pastor Arnold, can you hear us? Okay. Anyway, yeah. So this December, how are you planning to? Yeah, what are your plans so far, if any? Of course, shopping has to be online. It's safer that way. Pero the malls tend to be less
Sa amin
crowded
naman,
nowadays.
there are certain traditions na obviously we will not be able to observe this year.
Hmm.
Yeah, these traditions would have to be with, well, has to do with the family reunions, you know? Kasi, may delay ba? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah,
Can
there's
you
a
hear me?
delay.
Medyo delay lang po.
Eric?
Yeah,
Oh,
go ahead, Pastor Arnold. Medyo delayed lang. Medyo mahaba yung delay, but go ahead. At Pastor, medyo a few seconds yung delay niya. Okay. Sige, balikan natin si Pastor Arnold in just a short while. Pastor Arnold, may konting delay siguro. Medyo mahaba yung delay of us arriving to you. So just if you just want to speak, just go ahead. But we will give way. But yes, let's talk about your plans for this December naman. Anyone can start, John, Beth, or Pastor Arnold started talking about having different activities for the family, because of the pandemic. Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
for
go ahead,
us,
John. Yeah, Beth.
for us,
narinig niyo na ako ngayon?
ayun,
Hindi na ganun delay.
pwede na po ba si...
Oh, ngayon delayed pa rin?
Naririnig po namin
Looks
kayo.
like, no?
Go ahead, Pastor.
Okay. So, meron akong go ahead kay P. Mike to go. Okay, I was saying, ang malaking pagkakaiba sa amin ngayon has to do with, ang malaking pagkakaiba sa amin ngayon this Christmas is certain family traditions, reunions. Yeah. Usually kasi pagka December, like I said earlier, my family, my children gather together. And then we gather also among my siblings and their families. And then we have a third reunion, which is the clan reunion. We go home to the province and we meet our relatives there. We're mindful of the protocols being implemented by the government now. And for our own personal safety, these are things that we will not be able to do and observe this year. On a limited basis, we will try to do virtual. But for the most part, yung clan reunion, totally no-go, whichever mode ang gagamitin. So that's one thing that we would miss. Uh, but I think other than that, the simplicity of celebration this year is something that we welcome. You know, malaking pagkakaiba rin yon. Sa aming compound kasi, usually we light up every December. Meron din kaming community party dito sa aming neighborhood. 16 houses lang kasi kami eh. So this year, we have also decided to forgo with it for our own safety. Ang mga
Yes,
lighting
yes.
namin ngayon dito, mas simple than the previous years. The coming in and going out of visitors, ganun din. Mas kokonti ang taong na dumarating. Kasi kahit na dumadalaw sa amin, hindi namin napapapasok sa loob ng bahay eh. Doon lang sa harapan, sa port. You know, with the excuse, and they understand that. But we still enjoy the season for all its meaning, what it what it brings to us, the favors and the blessings. So, tulad ng sabi mo, P. Eric, medyo matipid tong December nito.
Yeah,
Kasi kami mag-asawa, we have not been out of Marikina, I think, for 10 months, mga 6 times pa lang kami nakakalabas ng Marikina. Dito lang kami sa palipaligid dito. So, we still enjoy it, just the same, notwithstanding. And then we have our growth groups. Okay. Maganda rin ang fellowship. Okay. And then we get to visit virtually the churches that we support.
right.
So apart from the family traditions, I don't think we are missing much this December. We are still enjoying ourselves truly. We're
That's
still
great.
have reasons to celebrate, and we will celebrate. We intend.
That's great, ano? So there's a
Thank
reason.
you.
There's still reason to celebrate. There's a lot of alternatives so that could be done.
Mukhang delayed pa rin, ano?
Yeah.
Reaction eh.
Yeah, medyo delayed, Pastor Arnold. Beth, go ahead. You started to share also earlier.
Yeah. In our case, I don't think we're going to have a physical get together with relatives like we usually do during December 24. I'm not sure if we're going to have a Zoom one because they haven't mentioned anything. But on the side of Mike's family, yung immediate family, since konti lang naman, we will be having Christmas dinner together sa December 24. And tamang-tama, his brother from Bacolod is here. He's staying now with
Nice.
with their parents. Yon. So, more or less, medyo complete. Wala lang yung wife niya kasi nasa Australia na.
I see. So that's a special reunion, Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. How about John Angel? What's this December like for you? And any plans? What are your plans for celebration?
Ako po, I will miss meron kami tinatawag sa office na sa supply chain. You can just imagine how huge we are. We normally at the last day of the month. Actually, we call it last track out. No? Either 29 or 30, we get together, and then naka-default na po yun na ako yung nag-lead ng devotion to the supply chain people. Mamimiss ko po yun. Mamimiss ko po yun. Mamimiss namin lahat. No? And ako naman, it's a chance to share the gospel. No? To share the gospel. And sa family naman kasi, we, as like with the others, we get together, we have a devotion, we enjoy, we celebrate. And our plans, kasi I think, sabi nga ni Pastor Arnold kanina, that Christmas is still there. No? it will still continue. No? I think one realization is the behavior of or the attitude of the shepherd, no, sa Luke chapter 2, if we will recall. Di ba, first they rejoiced, no, when they heard the news from the angel. Sa angel, hindi po si teacher angel, no? Sa angel. So,
Angel Gabriel. No?
and then second po is aside from rejoicing, they brought the good news, di ba? Kinamahagi po nila yon. So I think it always a good time to remind us that it should not prevent us also from doing it, especially now that we have the technology. So my wife and I plans to still have that tradition virtually, so that it also reminds us of the goodness of God and the reason of the season of having Christ having born and to save us. No? And then yung
Yeah.
pagkain, we just plan, no? We have something to share virtually nga lang. Hindi ka nga lang pwede makipag-share kasi virtual. So makapagkwentuhan, no? Makapagkwentuhan and still share the goodness of the Lord, no? Even during the time of pandemic. Kasi I think you guys also experienced during your growth groups, di ba? Na and it is very timely. Nasa Psalm series kasi tayo, no? What a very
Yeah.
the Lord has prepared us, no? During this pandemic with that series as well. Swak na swak siya to encourage one of us. And there's a lot of learning during the pandemic that even we cannot see each other personally, yet it does not stop us, no, to fellowship and ano to study the Word of God. So I think that I think we should for me, Christmas must go on, and the opportunity to share the gospel like the shepherd must go on.
Actually, I was also reading the Gospels each day for the past several days, just reviewing the Christmas story. I was really struck again at how simple it was, that first Christmas time. But of course, down through the decade, this December, this tradition of Christmas has become so elaborate and so commercialized. Many people are not looking forward to because of the busyness and the cost involved and all the social gatherings you have to attend. Even those that you don't want to attend, you have to attend. But this pandemic, one of the blessings, it has really simplified our lives in many ways. It allowed us to focus on what's most important. And that's true for this Christmas. Di ba, no, Teacher Angel? Ano bang balita?
Yes, that's true. Yes, that's true, Pastor Eric. For me, I'm still excited about Christmas, still looking forward to it. As I said earlier, we could, because of technology, we can have lots of virtual fellowships and reach out to the people we want to reach, which was very hard before. But with technology now, we could actually reach out to the people around us, like our GGs, people out there, our community. And my family and I actually are praying to also minister and share the word to some of the people that the Lord has put upon our hearts for this Christmas. So, because Christmas is about Jesus, we want, and then to share that hope and that joy that we have ourselves, that we want to share it to others who do not yet know the Lord. And maybe down, because Christmas also, for many of our kababayans, it's also a time when many of them are also fighting loneliness, sadness, and stuff like that. So it's a good time for us as believers to really help come alongside and help those people. So Christmas is still got to be Christmas
Yeah,
because
you
we have
mentioned
to.
hope. Eva, you mentioned hope, and that's a good news that this season brings, this Christmas brings. The hope of a better future for all of us, because God actually came down, and because He came to us, there we can look forward to a rebirth, a renewal, and a renewing everything when the time comes, because of what Christ has
Mm.
done on the cross for us. Uh,
That's
so
true.
Christmas really is a time to celebrate this message of hope, life
Yeah.
everlasting through Christ, and better days ahead. Lalo-lalo na marami ngayon nagkakasakit din, nawala ng
Mm.
trabaho. Parang there's, siguro for these people, there's not much reason to celebrate, no? But what can you say to those who are actually, in a way, suffering or undergoing afflictions during this time, during this Christmas season? Any word of maybe insight or encouragement for them? Hintayin natin makarating kay Pastor Arnold.
For
Go ahead, Pastor
Dating
Arnold.
na sa akin. Okay. Yung sa akin naman, nakarating na kaya sa inyo.
Opo.
Nakarating na po.
Ayan, there you go. Well, sa aming mag-asawa, what we normally do, being aware of this, really, there are so many people affected, many people afflicted, okay? And I hope yung mga people na infected would also, diminish. But yung mga nawala ng trabaho, makikita mo talaga sa daan eh. We usually have stuff in the car, damit or what have you. So when we see people like those and they're willing to accept what we're able to give, we give. May mga tao rin nagdi-deliver sa amin, riders, no? And we see to it that pag may nag-deliver sa amin ng whatever, that we are able to hand over something to them just to cheer them up. A cold
That's really
cold
nice.
glass of water or whatever drink, something to eat, before we let them go. Okay. We also, well, however, we are able to reach out to people we know, okay, personally,
Mhm.
who are in such a situation. Okay, we try to reach out to them, just to talk to them. Kinukumusta namin sila. Okay, we offer prayer when they're we share the word as well. Kung ano, okay. And then we encourage our growth groups. We're leading to growth groups actually to do the same, to reach out. Okay, because this is one opportunity where people could either come closer to God, or draw away from Him, blaming Him for all of these things that are happening around us. And so we're praying that we may be used of God to be, the instrument of peace and the vessel for His blessing by sharing the encouragement. Okay, so that's basically what we're doing. Or what else can we do? We are both retirees, we ourselves are a recipient of so much kindness and generosity from people, and we thank the
But,
Lord for that.
but that's so
And
wonderful, no? It's not stopping you from sharing the love, and sharing your blessings.
oh yeah, ganun. Kung may share, sinishare. Kung wala, wala tayong magagawa talaga doon. But the thing is, umiikot lang yung blessing eh. May tinatanggap kami, so we're also able to share some. And that's the cheer that this Christmas brings for us. Sabi niyo nga kanina, medyo mas nakakatipid tayo kasi walang eat out, walang shopping, So you're able to somehow save a little bit than the usual. So that's what we're doing to be able to express the meaning of Christmas to people. Pero tulad ng sabi ni John kanina, okay, dito kasi sa neighborhood, pag may Christmas party, ako usually nagsishare ng devotion. Yeah, it's a welcome opportunity really dito sa neighborhood. And that's something that will not happen this year, at least not in that party, But meron naming messenger at saka Viber chat, which I use also as a medium to share the word,
Mhm.
Hindi lamang dito sa neighborhood, but wherever. Pwede akong makapag-share. Yun din, ang gift that cost me nothing, to be able to share
Yeah.
the love of the Lord and show it also. Okay? And we are recipients and we praise the Lord for that. Okay? We praise the Lord for that. Kasi minsan, meron na lang, darating na lang yung guard namin sa gate. Meron pong delivery sa inyo. Things that we're not expecting. And that's the love of God, being demonstrated to us. Can we do any lesser towards other people na alam natin may mga pangangailangan din, And then, kasi dito, meron kaming isang stay out na house help. Nung height nitong pandemic, hindi rin namin siya pinapapasok, pero we were paying her. Yung ganong klaseng mga supposedly little things, but to them, that's big, Walang nakaraan 2 buwan, okay? Pinapasok namin siya ng umpisa, 1 araw muna.
Oops. Pero that's a wonderful thing. No? We're also doing that for our house helper. Hindi siya nakakapasok. I was just
Tapos
telling
naging
them about
3,
Sir Arnold.
okay?
Yeah.
So, those things, however we're able to help. Okay? And the Lord is impressing that upon us, that many people there are in need. And then, kailangan din medyo mas mahaba ang pasensya natin ngayon kasi maraming medyo wala sa tamang mood. Okay? Mga medyo brusko sa daan. Yes, yung nakikipagsiksikan sa'yo kahit umiiwas ka,
Yeah.
We have to be more loving than usual. Konting haba ng pasensya. Lalo kami, whereas kaming we are senior citizens, we're 70, with morbidity at that. So very mindful kami ng social distancing, the mask, the shield, the washing. Pero mayroong mga tao hindi conscious, so kami na lang ang umiiwas dyan. That's also a way of demonstrating, that we care about other people. When we protect ourselves, we protect other people as well. And hindi kami pumapatol sa mga medyo ganon. We just understand na marami talagang medyo hirap, medyo gipit. And then, dito sa Marikina kasi alam naman niyo lumubog ang Marikina noong nakaraang bagyuhan. Meron din kaming mga kasama sa growth group na lumubog ang mga bahay. Okay? So, yung mga ganun pagkakataon, alam mo, practically, lahat ng material things nila were washed away. You discover things that you're able to, and you are willing to share and give. Like a dining set na ando lang sa labas namin. So, we were able to give it to a growth group member namin na everything washed away sa kanila. So tapos yung growth group, we're able to mobilize, These are people who are also in need of things. But when they are willing to open their palms, to be able to help, I don't think that's an act of charity. I think that's an attitude of the heart. That's love, When you yourself are in need, but you are willing to give, I think that's love. That's more than charity. So those are the things that we observe tong ganitong pandemic,
Wow.
Those are the things that we are able to see.
Yeah, thank you, Pastor Arnold.
Testify to.
Yeah, we have around 2 more minutes. We'll go around Siguro for final things or insights or encouragement or tips you want to share our viewers and how they can celebrate Christmas more meaningfully. So yeah, anyone can start. John or Angel or Ben.
To our fellow GCFers and to our fellow believers, one word of encouragement will be, let us use the blessing of technology that God has given to us to reach out. Because I think that's the most important thing that we can share this Christmas. And you will be surprised, because we have experienced it, and even perhaps you have experienced it, that when we have reached out, you will be surprised and they appreciate, or if we reach out. In fact, sa mga kamag-anak, mas marami, as per experience, just na pandemic, when we make kamustahan, sige, mag-Bible study naman tayo. You will be surprised, na mismo yung nagsasabi na, How can I pray for you? And it turns out to be, pwede ba nating ulitin to? Nang ganun, you will be
Right.
surprised, no? If you open up, many people are now, within our oikos are just waiting there to be reached out, and the rest, God will use us, no? In His marvelous ways, no? To share the love of Christ this Christmas.
Yes, yes. Well, Beth and
Surely,
Angel,
surely.
final tips before we say goodbye.
Okay. Beth, you want to go ahead?
Okay. For me, my encouragement is that, well, for one, um, this pandemic will end rin naman. But we just don't know when, but it will end. And if we have Christ with us, then there is hope. And also, naisip ko lang din na if we like still plan to give gifts to friends or to other people, there are those like I came across this parang project of outreach project wherein they made hand soaps. They trained this group of people who lost their livelihood because of the pandemic to make liquid hand soaps, and then they're selling it. Tapos lahat ng proceeds go to those people who lost their livelihood. Yun, we can support those so
Yeah,
that in some little way yun, we'll be able to help yun, those who have lost their jobs, yun, affected by the pandemic.
yeah, that's nice. So we can rechannel some of our savings and blessings to bless them on others and share the love of Christ in a
Yes.
tangible way.
Yeah.
Teacher
Okay,
Angel.
for me, P. Eric, I just want to encourage everyone, those who are going through very difficult times right now. Remember always that you're not alone. The Lord is with you, He walks with you, and don't keep these things to yourself. Look for someone to talk to. We're here, the church is here for you, GCF, we're here for you. And just as you, because really there will be times that, when the Christmas season is in, you feel those low moments. So would like to encourage our brothers and sisters that you're not alone. Have that hope, because our hope is always in the Lord.
That's true, friends.
Praise the Lord.
Christmas is a time of celebrating love and hope that Christ brings and has brought to this world. That's why even if there's challenges, even there's suffering right now, there are better, much, much better days ahead because we know that Christ is coming again to renew everything, renew the earth, renew us. And so uh, our encouragement is that we all take advantage of the simplicity this pandemic has brought to our lives and focus on God and His gift of salvation through Christ, and then allow Him just to show us what this love is truly about and to the reality of God in our lives to manifest so that even it's the challenging circumstances, we can rise above them and still celebrate Christmas in a quiet, a meaningful way, a much matipid way for that matter. Healthier way, less lechon, perhaps, guys, this time around. So thank you so much for making time, Pastor Arnold, Teacher Angel, Beth, and John. Thank you too to our viewers. We ran out of time, but thank you for joining this hour as we talked about Christmas 2020. Guys, next week we'll have uh, an expert, one of the infectious uh, doctors we have at GCF, who's also the head of the infectious diseases department of the medical city, Dr. Carl Henson, a dear brother or a churchmate of ours. He will be joining us to talk more about celebrating in a safe way this December. But for now, would like to thank you guys again. And yes, have our final wave of goodbye to our audience tonight. And yeah,
Bye-bye.
have a good evening, guys, and God bless you. I'm Eric Dizon, and this is Belonging the Life Journey podcast. Till next Wednesday at 8 p.m. God bless you.